Seems pretty quiet down here, even quieter than Kawara. A few kids around, but it's also middle-aged. Sort of, there's probably a few people from the south up here at the moment, I'd imagine. But yeah, it's a reasonably upmarket area. This sort of reminds me of Yorkies with these multi-storey units on that side of the road. It's a pretty similar setup. It's quite a long pathway, quite a long esplanade here, so it's quite a big suburb. Much bigger frontage than Kawara, or Trinity for that matter. They're much smaller beaches. This is quite a large one. So I might just lob here for a sec, get a decent view here. I think I've earned a rest. I've been walking for about an hour. So, oh, it's not one of the flash new design benches. It's hard for me to see with my crappy eyesight what's the situation is with the battery. And I can see it now. It's about half full because I had it on when I was actually wandering around the supermarket, so that would have used up a bit of juice. And the other thing is I'm remembering to do now is actually just switch it off if I'm not doing anything, not shooting anything. So I might do that and just have a bit of a break, and I'll get back into it. Okay, here's how the other half live in Clifton Beach, the actual beach itself. Just do a bit of a pan shot. And you can see what's happening. It's pretty quiet here still. It is a Friday afternoon, not to be, no, you wouldn't expect it to be particularly busy. I mean, I could walk along, there's nothing stopping me. I've got some suntan lotion on, so maybe that's not a bad idea. Let's walk down the beach now. Yeah, bugger it, let's do it. The surface is alright, it's compacted, so it's easy to walk on, so yeah, let's just walk down the beach, back home. Yeah, it looks as though they're in the process of extending this rock wall. I guess there must be a fair bit of erosion taking place this part of the beach. So I walked on the other side of that road, but if I go straight down the beach I'll get back to Kawara anyway, so I'll do it this way. It's nice walking along the beach anyway. Got no complaints. Yep, got all the tables out by the looks of things for Friday night's festivities at the shack. The sand is a bit drier up here, a bit hard to get through. It's pretty easy along the actual along the beach itself, near the water, but a bit heavier going now. But as you can see, there's a lot of chairs out there. They're expecting a big crowd by the looks of things. Yeah, well, I've had this camera now for over a week. I've got to say I'm pretty happy with it overall. Got the hang of it now, I think. And yeah, so the only thing I've got to be careful of is not putting my thumb over the lens. I've noticed I've done that quite a few times, so I apologise about the bad framing of shots, which should actually be improved with the new system I've got here. I actually haven't got the front screen showing, so I can't actually see if I've got a perfect frame here, but it seems to be pretty good, this camera. I think it'll be okay. I'm just waiting for the bus. I'm going to go down to Smithfield. It's the first time I've been on the bus for about 10 days now, and just going to go down there and see if I can just got to go and pick up some stuff from Murphy. The usual thing, the gin, I've cut back to one bottle of gin. I think I'm overdoing it a bit with two. So I'm just getting one and getting a cheap cab sab, which is usually around, well, I got it cheap last time for 20 bucks, and now it's actually down to $17.30 or something at Dan Murphy's. That's a very good discount, so I'm going to get that, and I'm going to test the theory. I've heard from one of my subscribers that apparently you can get a bike at Kmart assembled for you for 11 bucks. It sounds too good to be true, but I'm going to check that theory out when I get down to the Smithfield shops. So fingers crossed that is accurate, but boy, that sounds like a very good deal if it is true. The idea of riding home from Kmart, I don't know, that's a long trip, about 7 kilometres, so first time on the bike, I don't know if I want to do that. I'd rather test drive it, but you know, let's see. Hi everyone, I'll try not to get my finger in front of the lens. I've been doing a lot of that. I've got to get used to this camera. So I apologise for those shots that have been a little obscured by my fingers or thumb being in the way. I'll try not to do that, be a little more professional. It's actually quite a nice day today. Check this out, very nice weather. Yesterday started off okay when I went for my bus trip. Then it degenerated and was grey again in the afternoon. But today, as you see, it's quite nice, and I can see myself framed in the camera. I'm just about to grab the motor mower. You can see that the grass is getting pretty high, the lawn. So it's time for me to do that job. I don't look forward to it, but first I've got to check the oil and then make sure it's got enough juice, and then I'm going to have to change the catcher because I'd have to do that at least about 4 times, but it'll be good for the compost bin anyway. But it is a good day to do it, so I'll have to get into it. The big problem is getting the damn thing started. I've had to pull that cord many times the previous occasion. I almost gave up on it, but what I did was I turned the juice on and off, used that switch, and that seemed to fix it so that it was working fine. I've been bashing my head against a brick wall trying to work out my options, getting a push bike today, and I'm coming to the conclusion that I probably should just bite the bullet and, well, at one stage I was thinking just bite the bullet and just get the electric trike, but then I'm thinking, well, I was a bit put off getting a Kmart bike because they're a bit the workmanship. It's a heavy bike. Their workmanship may not be 100%, but the reviews are pretty good overall. There's a lot of reviews of the bikes and they're pretty positive. So I've just put a query into them asking can they actually assemble it at Kmart. They do charge you $70 to have it delivered because it's a bulky item. So it would be in my interest just to go down to Smithfield and pick it up. Either get a taxi, it'd be cheaper than $70. The other thing I've been bashing my head against a brick wall about is getting a new stove for the kitchen, because I got a really bad electricity bill. It was twice as big as normal, and it was just for 1 month. Normally I get 3 monthly, and they sent me one for just 1 month. Now I've got to give them a call and get a clarification, because it could be a stuff up, but it could be that I've just got this really old oven. It's incredibly inefficient, an old Simpson Nova, I think it's called, and yeah, it's pretty basic. It doesn't have fan force, and it doesn't even have a glass in the oven, on the oven door. It's just metal. You can't see what's inside, and the elements on the top are just those circular elements, the old style ones, not hot plates. I was thinking about going and getting one that's actually got ceramic top, so which would be much more high tech. But it's the cheaper one's about half the price of the expensive one. I'm sort of two minds about it. So I've got to make that decision anyway. I can't buy it from Harvey Norman. They don't have it in stock, but the expensive one I can get at the Good Guys. But there's supposed to be a 10% deduction discount on it when you're checking out your item and paying for it, but I didn't see it listed today, so I stopped the transaction. So I have to think about that one. But I do need a new stove basically, and I'm doing a lot of cooking at home, so what the hell, it makes sense to do it. And I think I will go with the Kmart bike, and then I'll get the electric trike later, so we'll see how it all goes. But yeah, decisions, and just been contemplating all these options. Anyway, that's enough time wasting. I'll get on to the doing the mowing. I've got to get this out of the way. It's a chore I have to do, and it is perfect day for it. So let's get it out of the way. Right, got the motor mower out of the shed, as you can see, and there's my engine oil. the 4-stroke oil. It's got to go into this particular thing here. Now, I don't even know how to read this dipstick. Last time I put too much in, it overflowed, and it's sort of very orangey, sort of red colour. So I don't know. I've got to be very careful how much I actually put in there, because I don't want to basically have to mop it up again. So I'll just do it very, very cautiously. As I say, the dipstick's useless. I can't tell how much is in there. It's probably okay, because I topped it up last time. So give it a go, and I'll see if I can try not to waste so much, have a mess this time, and do it properly. All right, well, that procedure's completed. I didn't have enough oil. I definitely have to get some more oil than what I currently have. It's just not enough to for the purposes. So I hope the bloody engine doesn't die on me or seize up or whatever. So we'll give it a go, and I'll definitely have to get some more oil. Petrol, no problem putting that in. I could see when that filled up, so I actually did that properly, so that was good. And I've still got plenty of juice. It's just the oil I'm a bit worried about. Hopefully there's enough there to make sure it's, like I say, it's going to run okay and it doesn't cause damage to the motor. That would not be good. Yeah, had no luck with getting the motor to go. Here's a bit of wildlife in the kitchen. A skink. Get a lot of them around here. Say cheese. No, it's plain dead. I know you're alive. So, yeah, they're everywhere. So you don't like lizards, you wouldn't like it up here. Yeah, tried a couple of dozen times to get the motor to turn over for the motor mower. Just sick of it. It could be a problem with the spark plug, I guess, because I actually I had the same difficulty last time. I tried jiggling to turn the juice on and off. It didn't work this time. I did it several times, made no difference. It is a cheap motor mower, and maybe that's just part of the problem of buying something cheap like that. But you shouldn't have to pull that thing a couple of dozen times without any luck. That's something wrong there, I think. Other weird thing that happened when I went shopping yesterday, I got back about 11:20, and you know that bus stop where the post office is in Trinity Beach, the notorious bus stop where the gang of youths got off. Well, half a number of probably about 6 kids about the same age got on the bus and actually travelled to Kawara. Now, that was really weird because I've never seen that before. Kawara is pretty quiet generally. And get this, they actually got off at my stop as well. And I thought they were bloody following me down the road because they went up. They headed off down Bondi Crescent, so they went further. They went past my place and further up the road. I actually asked the bus driver. I said, "Well, have you changed the bus route?" Because the bus actually went went through the underpass under the Cook Highway to the other side where all the shops were. You know, where Bunnings and all these other small businesses are. So looks like there's a stop now on the other side, which is a really smart move. It also went through a bit of Smithfield and got to the university through the back way. So it was a different route. And I asked the bus driver, has the bus route changed? And he said, no. I said, well, what? I didn't have time to talk to him because I didn't expect those kids to get off at my stop. And when I saw them coming, I had to get out of the way. So I couldn't sort of get a clarification from the bus driver. But that's weird. I don't know why he said there hasn't been any change. I mean, it always just goes directly from Smithfield Shopping Centre, direct down the Cook Highway to the James Cook University. This time it diverted through Smithfield and the other side of the Cook Highway prior to that. So it's a different route. It's a smarter route because it captures more people. And if you do need to do some shopping on the other side, then that's good that it actually, if there is a stop on that side, it means you can go directly to Bunnings without having to navigate over the highway. So I don't know. I mean, but again, when I went there, it was this normal route. It was only coming back that this new route was followed. So I don't know. I'm not sure what that was about, whether it's only going to be one way or they're going to follow the same route both ends, or maybe they did the changeover then. But if they'd done the changeover, surely the bus driver would know that it was a new route. He wouldn't just deny it. And what's the point of doing that? Anyway, we do live in strange times, so anything's possible at the moment, I guess. The world is a very weird place, and nothing surprises me. Human nature's never surprised me, actually. Once you get used to the bizarre nature of it, you expect anything. Anyway, that's and I'm a total failure with growing my veggies. Although the ones in the pots, the Vietnamese wooden planters, the oval-shaped ones, they seem to be doing the best as far as the spinach is concerned. And it looks as though I might have one of my tomatoes has actually germinated, so that's good news, I guess. So got to take any victory you can. But the ones I planted directly into the soil, which you're supposed to do with the spinach, they're not doing well at all. I don't think they're going to survive, so that's very disappointing. Anyway, another day and another challenge. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.